Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 13th, 2023 Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel be seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. We have the Ace of Cups, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We then have the Seven of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the Devil. So the Devil is Capricorn energy, which is actually very apropos for this time because this Mercury retrograde, it goes from December 13th to January 1st. So from Sagittarius time frame to to Capricorn time frame. Now, Capricorn is our sister sign. So Capricorn can be an intense time for us. It can bring out the best in us or it can bring out the worst in us, just like sisters can. So do be mindful about this during this time. Also, Mercury is going back and forth from Sagittarius energy to Capricorn energy. So Mercury moves quite quickly. So it's going back and forth from this energy. So be mindful of the time when it's in Capricorn, which will be from the 1st of December to the 23rd of December. So it's a much more Capricorn energy is much more practical. It's much more, moving in the realm of being very result oriented. And we can see that with the Queen of Swords reverse, that we can have very intense negative self talk if we don't see things as being able to be proven as being successful or having the success be quantifiable. That's what really Spirit is saying. It's like we want to be able to have it to be able to put in a spreadsheet or to have something tangible to show people instead of just a feeling of success or prosperity that we have. So just be aware of this during this time. We are crowned by the Knight of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Swords reversed is very interesting energy. Knights reverse are rather chaotic. So there's a sense of wanting things to move very, very quickly. And that makes sense because Mercury is a very fast moving planet. And so we want things to move quickly, and it can make things messy around communication, around travel, around tech, but also our sense of wanting that speed to be so great, like so powerful, can also be just a little bit messing things up during this time. So kind of slowing it down, especially around what we're passionate about, is going to be very, very good for us. With the Ten of Swords reversed, we're releasing a lot of negative energy that has held us back, that has kept us quiet. The sense of being reborn is going to be very powerful for us during this Mercury retrograde. With the Ace of Cups, the God Source Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of healing, beautiful love, but also a gift of a release. There's something emotionally that needs to be released that we have been holding on to for just too long. So being able to release it and being able to step into ourselves is going to be very much a big deal. We're looking at things where we're really used to being able to fight, right? We're really used to an energy of kind of coming up. It's like that wall comes right there. Whatever comes up, I just see us as like putting a shield forward or putting a wall forward, and it's exhausting. So do be mindful about that. With the Queen of Swords, again, with the Queen of Swords, when she's reversed, sword energy is very negative, right? It is a sense of harsh words. It's a sense of really intense criticism. And we can be listening to this because we'll be saying to ourselves, well, if it wasn't true, why would they say it? That's going to be the sense here. But also our self-speak, instead of calming it down and centering ourselves, is going to be rather negative. It's going to be harsh. It's going to be critical. And there's a sense here that we're fighting battles that we have fought before, but we don't think that we can win it. We don't think that we can move forward from these old patterns. And the devil comes forward, and there's very much the sense of, listen, we're looking at addictions, we're looking at hurts, we're looking at pains, we're looking at disappointments, we're looking at lower vibrational energy, and we're calling it out. We're also really embracing Capricorn energy. So this can be a time that's highly successful for us, even though it might seem a little bit neurotic. We can be very successful. We can be very prosperous. We can see things moving forward in a way that's just like, wow, okay, I got this. Everybody looks at us and thinks, wow, you really have this under control. And inside, we're fighting demons. We're fighting a lot of A lot of things that have held us back in the past can be coming forward. So just be mindful about this during this time here. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below, and a person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of January through a separate video. So don't be scammed by anybody commenting and contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. So keep your eyes out for that video. And if you're interested in purchasing a reading, the link is in the description box below to my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Here we have mystical reverse. It's very interesting because this new moon that happens on the 12th and Mercury retrograde, what happens on the 13th, the energy really kind of coalesce together. So what we're going to see here is that the new moon brings the mystical forward. And we could be having a hard time really voicing our connection with the mystical, the connection with the unknown, the divine, the spiritual, the sublime, because we want it all to make sense. We want it all to fit in a nice little box. And Spirit right now is saying, Cancer, why not let things be a little bit messy? It's kind of like finger painting, let things be a little messy. It's fun and it's tactile and it evokes the senses. So looking at that is going to be a really great thing. And letting the mystical in is going to be super important. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is universal light reversed. So this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above the crown. And Spirit is saying here that we are kind of rejecting a little bit the healing light that's coming down. We are again going to fall into that realm of it having to be practical and having to follow a certain way. And so there's a rejection of how can I have this light come over me? Like, how can I be connected to my angels, my spirit guides, everything like this? It's not practical, right? It's not this grounding, showing up energy that we want. This is going to be a lot more subtle. This is going to be a lot more calm. And that's why Spirit is saying, hey, slow it down. Slow it down. We want things to move so fast that we'll miss the good things. When you're on a walk, like we have here, we have what are they? A blue jay. There we go. A blue jay family that lives in certain trees around where I live. And if you slow down and if you're quiet and you're looking up, right, you can see the blue jays sometimes. And we also have cardinals, so that's also really cool. But you can see them sometimes flying through the bare trees, and it's just beautiful. But if you're in a rush and you're looking down and you're walking really fast, you don't see them at all. You don't even notice that they're there. So slow it down, and that will let the universal energy come in, and it will be so beautiful, and it will be so calming. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the 9 of Cups. Be mindful, okay, here of our wishes taking over. This sense of, I wish for this, I wish for that, right? And not seeing it instantaneously can make us feel very defeated. But also a sense of, I want these people to show up at the table for me. And Spirit is saying here, we might be disappointed with who shows up or how people show up. So do be mindful about this. So the 9 of Cups is also looking at things, and it's a cross your fingers wish. And we can think, oh, I didn't get that wish. Like I didn't get the watch that I wanted, or I didn't get this that I wanted. And so the wish doesn't exist. And Spirit's like, no, 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 that's not true. Our subconscious, not subconscious, I do apologize. Our tarot energy, again, begins with the Knight of Wands reversed. And there's just a sense here, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We might not be getting on with. Ooh, we have that Sagittarius energy here. So do be mindful about that. But there's just a sense of speed. I'm just seeing we want to move so quickly that we miss out on the really good things. We miss out on the really good parts. So slowing it down is going to be really important. Also, we can have energies in our lives. These are like, they're not children, right? Night energy is never a child, but they could be like, they could be a child technically because they could be a teenager, but this is going to be a person who has the mobility, has the ability to move, has the ability to go and kind of do what they want to do, but has a tendency to blow things up, has a tendency to leave like destruction in their wake. So just be mindful about this. If you know a person like this, where you just like, they tend to run amok, slowing it down and stepping back from that energy, because they want you to meet them. Like they want you to meet their chaos and their anger and their force with chaos and anger and force. If you can meet it with calm, if you can, that would be the best thing. Also, if this energy comes up inside of you, right? It's kind of like that temper tantrum energy. Meet it with calm and be like, you know what? I'm going to disengage. I'm going to sit down quietly, read a book, or I'm going to take a nap, or I'm going to go to sleep now. Today is done type of energy. That would be really, really good and really beneficial. The 10 of Swords reverse. We're coming to a completion of a cycle when it comes to our thoughts. And it's very different than what we had expected it to be. This is my minor arcana death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. And so with the 10 of Swords, we're seeing it release. And it could be a bit of a shock, like certain things that we're releasing, certain consciousnesses that we're like, you know what? No, that doesn't work for me anymore. I'm not doing that. I need to move forward this way for me, or I need to embrace this avenue of being for myself. And it's going to be rather big and it's going to be rather abrupt. So do be mindful about this during this time with the 10 of Swords, that there's something that we're releasing where we're like, oh, I didn't even know I needed to let that go. It brings us then to the Ace of Cups. God, Source, Spirit, again, however you see the divine, the universe is handing us a gift of healing, beautiful love. It brings us a sense of warmth. It brings us a sense of connection. I love this, like this mulled wine, this deliciousness, especially if you're out and you go to a little like Christmas, like holiday shopping center and they have mulled wine there. It can be absolutely delicious and fun. But there's also a sense here of warmth coming forward, but also like not an old overindulgence thing too coming in. So there's the sense as our emotions come up, to be able to recognize them, but not to have them take over. You might find that as your emotions come up and certain things that have been pushed down or repressed be released, that tears come, that things become a little bit more intense around us for a little bit, like we're feeling everything a little bit more. It's kind of like when you're wearing an itchy sweater, it's like you feel your skin just more than you've ever felt it. So just be aware of this during this time, that emotions are coming up, and to kind of slowly and gently and kindly acknowledge them, but don't let them run amok within you. With the 7 of Cups, with the 7 of Swords, this is this is that energy of, yes, being on the defensive, right? But this is also an energy of lies. We're seeing certain lies that have been around us for a really long time, that have tightened us up, that have held us back. And we're going to start to be able to release them. We're going to start to say, why did I even listen to this in the first place? And there's a sense of, I will never have enough that comes forward. I will never have enough. I always need to hold on to. And Spirit is saying, listen, you do have enough. Maybe not right now. For some of us, we're saying, no, I can hear it. You're saying, no, 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 no. Dane, if you saw my paycheck, you would know. But here, this, I don't want to say let go of fear, because it is a part of it, is letting go of fear. But sometimes we have every right to be afraid. I know in moments, and especially in darkest hours, there was perfectly good reason to be afraid, where you didn't know where you were going to live, or how you were going to have enough money for food and everything like that. That brings up fear at a primal level. And to say, oh, don't feel fear, just relax, like that's silly, to put it nicely. And so here with the 7 of Swords, there are lies that we're looking at, that we have held onto, that make us feel small, that make us feel like we'll never be able to achieve. People lying to us who can look us dead in the eye and make us believe something that just isn't right. And there's a real sense here of being able to call out BS, and being able to release. And we see that with the 10 of Swords, release a lot of the lies that have weighed us down, that have held us back, that have kept us small and silent. And as we start to release these lies, as we start to see the power of our individuality, this doesn't mean we're going to have a mansion on top of a hill and drive the fanciest car ever. We might never do that. But you know what? That's okay. We don't need to have that overpowering life. We can have a beautiful, calm, simple life. I want a little house by the sea, and I want to be happy. That's what I want. That's my dream. And somebody might say, oh my gosh, that's so boring and terrible. I don't want that. That's my dream. So here, it's releasing all the lies that want to keep me from my dream. So what are all the lies that want to keep you from your dream? And what are all the thoughts that have been implanted within you that have made you feel small and as if you never can? It brings us to the Queen of Swords, because this is going to be one of those energies, the Queen of Swords reverse, that perpetuates the lies. And it's like, you can't because. You can't because. Listen, you're going to see, I don't know if this is, well, this can be a female cardinal or it can be a robin, but you will see a cardinal or a robin. It could be a male or a female, but it's probably going to be a female. And that's going to be your sign that the lies have to stop, right? That the belief in the negative over the positive that is you has to stop. And here with the Queen of Swords, this is biting, hurtful, hateful energy. Okay. With all the queens reverse, it is the negative feminine aspect of this. This is gossip. This is, this is pettiness. This is viciousness, coming forward in the realm of malicious character destruction. And we're done with it. We're done with this. You don't like me? Great. You don't have to. But I'm moving forward in confidence of myself. This can be a time where we don't feel like we have the responses that we want to, right? We can feel like with this Mercury retrograde, it's like, oh, I'm messing up on my words and I'm tripping over everything. It's like, listen, what happens during this time also is that Mercury is conjunct the dwarf planet Quora. And it's just a lot of vowels all together, so I do apologize for butchering that word. But Quora is a creation god. And that energy brought forward from Quora is the sense of order out of chaos, especially around Mercury energy. And so when we have the swords reverse, which Mercury controls or rules over communication, right? And thoughts and processes of things, the movement of things. So here we're going to see, okay, that can be tripped over. And kind of like, kinked up. That's like when all the wires are kinked up, the things don't move as smoothly. But Quora is going to help smooth this out. So it doesn't have to be as intense as it feels instantaneously. We can feel like, oh my gosh, why am I tripping over these words? Or why is this negative thought coming forward? And what we're going to see is a lot of the negative energy that we've repressed comes up during a Mercury retrograde and says, hey, listen, I'm here for you to face it. You want to face it? Great. You want to just be tripped up over it and angry about it? Great. Like, what you do with this energy, Mercury retrograde doesn't really care about. It just cares that it brings it forward. And so this is going to be a time where we can see a lot of the hurtful, hateful things and be like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. And there's an empowerment moving forward for us because of this, because we can turn this Queen of Swords around and find our voice, find the power of our mind, really see the creative energy within ourselves. And this moves us out of a place that we have been before. The Five of Wands, the Five of Swords reversed, is the sense of, I can't because. I can't because I failed before. I can't because I messed up once upon a time. I heard recently that we are all the villains in somebody's story. And that's true. As much as we try to be nice, kind, caring individuals, we will be the villain of somebody's story. Here is being the hero of our own. It is taking what we know, it is taking what we desire, it is moving forward in strength and compassion, determination, and focus. And it brings us to that place where, okay, listen, we're going to be tested. And it brings us to that place where we look at being tested and we say, you know what, I'm not falling into the addictions. Whether it be the addictions that we think of with alcohol and sex and food and drugs, it doesn't have to be that. It can be the addiction of people pleasing. It can be the addiction of saying we're sorry when there's nothing to be sorry about. It can be the addiction of, whatever it is, even if it gets us praise, even if people say, wow, you're so healthy, you work out all the time, but they don't know that if we don't go for that run, we feel like we failed the whole entire day. So here, it's looking at things and saying, you know what? No, I'm not being ruled by this. I'm not falling into those old patterns and I'm not letting that negativity come over me. This Mercury retrograde can be so freeing. It can fill our hearts. It can be like, wow, the lies, the lies, the lies, the lies. I'm releasing them. The coping mechanisms that we developed when we were small, we're releasing them. And it's like, look at the power of me. Because Capricorn energy isn't bad. Capricorn energy is fantastic. It is practical. It gets the job done and looks at things and says, well, what about this and what about that? And didn't you look at it this way? And is just so practical and, down to earth that it's amazing. But the negative side of it is a cutting of the wings and saying you can't fly because it's never been done before. So here, it's like, listen, see your strengths. Look at your power. Release the negativity. It comes up and we'll see it. And it's like, okay, I'm done with this. It brings us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is nature. Everybody's getting nature. It's so funny because there's a few cards in this deck that say nature, or two, I don't know. And Spirit is saying here, embrace your nature, embrace who you are, touch nature, go outside, hug a tree, connect with the earth. It's going to be really beautiful and important for you. Our subconscious chakra message is truth in the upright position. This is The throat chakra, this is embracing truth. This is speaking our truth. You know, people say when you speak the truth, nobody can get angry. And that's not true. People can get angry at anything. But here, it's being truthful to yourself. What do you need? What do you desire? What do you want? What are you balancing within your world? What are you coming into harmony with? Humming, singing, chanting are all fantastic exercises to do to enhance the throat chakra. But are you speaking the truth to yourself? Doesn't matter if you're speaking it to anybody else. Some people might not want to listen anyway. But are you speaking the truth to yourself? Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is a Two of Pentacles reverse. What are we doing that makes us feel completely out of balance? Here, you're trying to balance too much, and it's just making you feel out of harmony with yourself. You're going to see, and you're going to need to be mindful because you're going to need to let go of certain things during this time. You're just not going to be able to keep it up. And once you release, you're going to find that you feel like you're not doing enough and you feel like you have to take more on. So just be mindful about this. Our subconscious tarot message is the Page of Wands reversed. Fire and determination. We don't want to be a student of it. We want to already know, but we have the five, well, not the five. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. Now we have the Page of Wands reversed. And this is saying here that we have something to learn during this time, and we're going to be an unwilling student, but it's how we're moving forward in our passion. It's how we're going after what we desire. It's how we're looking at our fire and our brilliance and really connecting with that. There's something here that we're going to be learning about that we're holding back on, we're pulling back from. But Spirit's like, no, it's time to learn this lesson. And it comes forward rather bluntly, brutally. I don't want to say brutally in a it's not in like, it's, I just see like brutal architecture where it's that those harsh, lines to things, very intensely forward. It's not trying to blend in with the background and with nature and find this harmony. No, it's like, I'm going to be right in your face type of thing. So that's what I'm seeing here. So just be mindful about this during this time. It can also be a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius, who is young. Okay, they can be young physically, they can be young mentally, and they can just be challenging. So just be aware of this. All right. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, clearing away negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time, of this Mercury retrograde, and of ourselves. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and knowing that this meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Cancer, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Have a blessed Mercury retrograde and happy holidays. Bye.